Good afternoon, everybody. How's it going? It is 3:18 p.m. Mountain Time on Wednesday, July 7th, and today I want to bring to you my top 10 microcap altcoins. Okay, so as always, before I begin, please hit the like, hit the subscribe button. I appreciate it. I put a lot of time into these, and I would definitely appreciate it. We're so close to 200 subscribers. Not a big deal to a lot of people, but keep growing, it's a big deal to me. Also want to remind you that none of this in this video is to be considered financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. Everything in this video is to be considered entertainment, informational, and educational purposes only. I'm just a trader, but I do have opinions, and I do want to share those with you. So, before we get started, I just want to let you know, I've gone through 2,000, some more than others, but I've been through 2,000 altcoins over the past week. So I really did my homework on this. And keep in mind that these are projects that generally haven't started doing anything yet, or just barely started doing the things that they are setting out to do. So nothing may come of them. I mean, could they go to zero? Yeah, I just, the one thing I can say is if Bitcoin goes down 10%, these will probably go down 20-25%. And if Bitcoin goes up, that doesn't necessarily mean that these will go up. But these are the ones that you don't put all your money into. You keep all of these combined to maybe 5% of your total portfolio if you are back to building your portfolio again, if you're confident with Bitcoin or the altcoin market. And then they could sit and do nothing. You could be tying up your money, or they could do 10 times, 50 times, 100 times a return. So just keep that in mind when going through these. I did want to do, because this is where these are going to be the ones I think that should we reverse from this downtrend in Bitcoin and head back up and head to new all-time highs, which I do believe we will in the future regardless of where we head in the short term. These are the ones that could produce like the really extensive gains. Like IOTA in the 2017 run went up 614,000%. So 6,000 times your money from the bottom. So I'm sure very few, if any, people were in at the bottom. It's near impossible. But anyways, just wanted to explain that to you. So let's get started. First, we want to look at the overall altcoin market cap, and we're going to look at Bitcoin just real quick. So if you don't care to see it, go ahead, but it is important to know the altcoin market cap. You can see that we're running into a little bit of a resistance, and we're running into resistance at the 50-day simple moving average. We are slowly rising in volume 5 days in a row, or 4 days in a row from the low. One of them was a red day, but we are rising in volume. That's good to see. MACD's flipping stochastic RSI is still at the top. That's the only thing that scares me. So a pullback would make sense. So keep that in mind. A breakthrough of the 50 would show good strength. I'd add to my longer term core holdings should we do that. Same with Bitcoin, reading that the same way. Let's look at Ethereum first, because all these are built off of the Ethereum network. One, I believe, is on the Matic network, which is also growing. But so Ethereum goes up. The ones that are on the Ethereum network are probably going to go up. Ethereum goes down. Ones that are built on the Ethereum network are probably going to go down. So something to keep in mind. But Ethereum running the same thing. We are starting to get past resistance. There's probably a little bit more resistance right where we're at, and that 50-day simple moving average. So something to watch. A pullback would make sense. I'd love to see it break through the 50 on volume and break out. That would be great. That would give me a lot more confidence. I'd increase my longer term higher market cap holdings should that happen. Bitcoin, just real quick. Let's see, make sure we're on the Coinbase version. So yeah, you can see we're still in this bear flag. We could easily head up to like 38,000 here to the top of this bear flag and still not be bullish. However, the nice thing about that is it would be really significant as we haven't closed above the 50-day moving average. Let's see, this was a close of 56,753, so not even there. We haven't closed above the 50-day simple moving average since May 9th. So should we break through and close above the 50-day moving average, I'd want to see a little more, probably a low in one of the candles, be above the 50-day moving average. You'll probably see us head up to that 200-day simple moving average, which is around just about 44,000 right now, which this is something we've been talking about for 45 days or more, probably closer to 2 months, that this is the scenario that we're probably going to see. Now it's just to see which way the price reacts and if we follow through by breaking through the 50-day moving average and heading back up to the 200. So that's what I wanted to mention. Simple, just wanted to mention that real quick, just because understand with these 10 microcap altcoins that, Bitcoin, Ethereum go down. I mean, Bitcoin goes down, Ethereum's most likely going to go down. And if those two go down, these are probably go down twice as much. So 10% loss turned into a 20% loss in these. So again, I like to plan maybe 5-10% of my portfolio tops into these. And right now, I'm not willing even to put in that full 5 to 10%. But let's get right into it. Wanted to start off before I got into the top 10 with an honorable mention. There's another honorable mention at the end to pay attention to, and that is Space Swap. The reason I want to mention this is I think it was a pump and dump by like a chat group. Very easy target because the max supply is only 5,000. So the max supply on Bitcoin is 21 million. Max supply on this is 5,000. Circulating supply is 718. So I don't know why it's only 718. Haven't gone into it that much, but it looks like it has kind of bottomed off here. Bottoming pattern right here, just kind of flat. I mean, it's come down essentially as low as it can. There's almost no volume. It went up to an all-time high of 16,629. And it went up fairly quickly, and it's at $459 right now. So it's an honorable mention, just as kind of like a pump and dump. You're buying, and you're just sitting there and waiting to see if it gets another pump. And I think that it probably will. I don't see anything significant with their website or what they're doing. They are in the DeFi space where you could stake, you can farm, and it's just, I don't know. I haven't seen too much attention to it. It's been relatively unknown, so I don't even know if they're still doing anything. But it still can get a pump, and it can pump fast pretty easy. So that's like your 000 penny stock right there. But let's get into the top 10. At number 10, I have Katana. And there's a couple of reasons that I like Katana. And with all of these, I like their previous all-time highs, $34.36, and we're sitting at just under $6. A 600% gain would put us back at the all-time highs. So I like to assume that if Bitcoin gets back to 64,000, these will go back to their all-time highs. And I do think that Bitcoin will be there one day. The other thing that I'm looking for is that, though most of these, some are doing stuff, but they were recently started, that they have a team together and they're working on things, they're active, that they're not just sitting out there to die. And this is not sitting out there to die. So Katana is an all-in-one exchange, and we have another one in our top 10 too. So essentially you're going to be able to trade. So you're going to be able to trade Uniswap, SushiSwap, other exchanges, all in one trading terminal, Binance. So yeah, you're going to be able to do all that just from one spot. So how annoying is it that you got to transfer from Binance to KuCoin to your MetaMask wallet to use Uniswap? I'm not sure exactly how it's going to work, but I like the idea of it because my taxes are going to be a nightmare next year because I've been on 15, maybe 20 different things where farming and staking and testing, and experimenting with liquidity farming. But anyways, Katana, the other reason I like it is because I have heard rumors, I don't know how dependable they are, that they will get, let's see, make sure it hasn't yet, that they will get listed on Binance. No, they have not yet. So I would expect a price surge should that happen. So anytime there's a listing, you always see a spike in the prices. Obviously, Coinbase produces the best increase in price. People get really excited about that. But Katana coming in at number 10. You could also stake this. I like and I don't like staking. But you can. PancakeSwap is probably the one that I like the best. It's been around the most. It's the most dependable. It doesn't have the ridiculous 500 million% returns that obviously raise alarm, but you could stake Katana and earn, if you pair it up with BNB, you could earn pancake tokens, so pancake swap tokens. And I don't think that you could stake it alone. You can, you could earn Katana if you stake cake. So staking I like and I don't like. I'll get into that a little bit more. So number 9, I have SafeSwap. So SafeSwap is a governance token, SSGT, SafeSwap governance token for the SafeSwap decentralized exchange under YFDAI. So SafeSwap is YFDAI's flagship decentralized exchange where you can trade in YFDAI, and the tokens launched on YFDAI's launchpad. YFDAI is partnered with Orion, blah, 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 blah. Anyways, that's all you need to know, is that it's the SafeSwap exchange token. What I like about SafeSwap, it's part of YFDAI, which you've heard about me talk about many times, which I'll get into later. But you get into SafeSwap, and it is it's their decentralized exchange. What I like about it is that it's really safe. They really do real audits. I mean, audit doesn't mean much in the crypto space. You've seen that with some of these farming protocols that just have rug pulled, but they really prevent rug pulls, so they won't trade ones that are scams on their exchange. So kind of nice. It gives you that warm fuzzy feeling inside. Anyways, I think that this could definitely get big if it gets some adoption, and if YFDAI gets some following behind it. I think this could move at a higher percentage than YFDAI. This is one I did that could potentially be one. I mentioned this in a video that could potentially be one of those 100X, gems. I hate saying that, gems, but started pre-sale at 5 cents, so it is up 200% from there. Hit a high of like 25 cents. Hasn't been doing much lately. All-time high 25 cents, but I do see it as one of those that could catch on and do that. What it's going to depend on is our number. What is that? 10, 9, number 8. Wow, only made it to there so far. Is YFDAI Finance. YFDAI Finance, they have a lot of things going on, one of them being SafeSwap, and they're only at a $4 million market cap. What I like about YFDAI is they have a growing team. They are constantly working on things. They just haven't seemed to catch that much momentum. They went from an initial... They started off at they went up big. I thought they were around 500 or 400 when they started out. So they're still up like 700% from when they first launched, and they went up over 7,000. So negative 86%. But they are active. They are working on things. Their roadmap is got a lot going on. Whereas they changed their website around, so it's hard to find their roadmap, but they have wallets to launch, credit debit cards to launch. They have lending in the future, so a lot still to look forward to. A few things I don't like. Number 1, BitBoy is a marketing advisor. Seems like everything that he touches just gets sold off. He promotes, so he probably gets paid in their YFDAI tokens, which he probably just has been selling and just taking the money. Maybe he might not be the only one, but they have a lot of partners. Partner with Polygon, the SSGT stakes on Polygon, whereas this YFDAI stakes on Ethereum, and it is 72% staking. I'm not going to connect my wallet right now, but 72%. I like that because it gets you 72% a year back in YFDAI tokens. The thing I don't like about that is staking and farming just dilutes the market further. So in a bear market, it's not good. I think people generally sell what they earn. In a bull market, it is good. People are generally more confident and willing to restake and put back in to lock up liquidity. So on to number 7, Eternity Chain. So now we get into the NFT market. Eternity Chain launched in March. And you could see it opened at $2.93. That was its low on the 28th, and then in 3 weeks went to $73.86. So caught a lot of attention. There is another like a promoter that is on the, I don't know, board, I guess you call it, on their board, but he generally seems a little better than BitBoy, Coach K or something like that. But anyways, they are in the NFT space, and I generally never really care much for NFTs. I don't really get them. I'm not an art guy. I don't understand how there's any scarcity to the art or whatever. So I can't justify any value based on NFTs, but they are doing a lot of things, and they are, they have Muhammad Ali partnered with to do NFTs, and you can see they're going for a lot. 95 Ethereum, $223,000, down to the less rare version, 14,124. But if you go to their website, they have a lot more too. So in the NFT space, a lot of people believe that the NFTs will come back. I don't know. They got Fernando Tatis Jr., so they're getting big. Anderson Silva, so they have a lot bigger partnerships. I remember like Bondly was one I liked back in a few months ago, and they got Logan Paul and some other rapper, I think, and then they just stopped doing things. It just seemed like, kind of, they got Pele. So these are all, really big professional athletes that chose to use Eternity Chain to sell their NFTs. I think like Manny Pacquiao was one of them. Maybe not, but maybe that was Muhammad Ali. But anyways, so they are active and they are selling NFTs. So NFTs stay big. I think Eternity Chain will be one of the bigger ones to grow. Again, $73 previous high, $7 right now. So assuming that Bitcoin goes back to 64,000, these would reach back to their all-time highs or somewhere close. Maybe even if it's half, that's still a 500% gain to 100% gain on Bitcoin. You just take more risk to the downside. On to number 6. You've heard me talk about this one before. Super Farm did really well on it. Had some losing trades on it, had some small winning trades on it, but as the market was crashing, this thing crashed too, from about $4.74 down to currently 48 cents. And it's still up big from its pre-sale, I think, which was like somewhere between 5 and 20 cents. But see volume rising. A lot of people think NFTs are going to come back strong again. I don't know. I like Super Farm. I like it better than Eternity Chain, more because of the gaming side of it. You can see they have their own NFTs, not necessarily, it's their own custom NFTs, more in the card form. But I know the first NFT launch they sold like, I want to say like $300,000 or $400,000 worth. The thing I really like about Super Farm, really though, is the Superverse that again doesn't exist yet. I don't know if they started anything yet, but they have the Superverse, which is going to compete with Decentraland, right? Mana. So this one is not in my top 10 just because it's already a $1 billion market cap, but Decentraland is a virtual universe, right? And NFTs get traded like in wearables. So you create your character, you buy a hat, you buy clothes, you buy shoes, and we're spending thousands of dollars on these virtual wearables. So I think that they're really going to compete with that. The other thing that they have on top of that, outside of Decentraland, just having Decentraland, is they sell individual NFTs. They have a launch pad for NFTs. They have a launch pad for cryptocurrency. So they're going to be launching. And I think these are getting a little too spread out. There's too many of them. So like YFDI has a launch pad too, but they haven't had anything launched in like a month. So I think this could be similar. But the other thing I like is that they are making video games, and forget the name. It's a really popular video game they're making something that's similar to, and they're making it so it's not dependent on crypto. So it's not one of those cheap games that like you're just using just because you're into cryptocurrency. That it's actually going to be a good game, whether cryptocurrency was involved or not. But they're going to create the Superverse. So again, something that isn't quite there yet, isn't really, but the plans in the future are really cool to me. So if they execute, could be really big. I think if they execute, this could be in the top 20, like a $5 billion market cap. It's one of probably my favorites, not price-wise over the last 2 months, but as far as future price, really like. Okay, number 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Yeah, number 5. You've heard me talk about this. Polka Starter. It's a good segue because we were just talking about launch pads. This is the best launch pad that there is. You see me go to their site. I did a video on how to get into pre-sales. It actually had over 400 views, which is so far the most views I've gotten out of any video. Check it out if you want to. Just scroll back in my YouTube. But anyways, I mean, they're launching the most projects, and they are the most successful launches. Seems like all of them open 500 to 1,000% up. Downside is they're the hardest ones to get into. As far as what it's done in the past, it went up over $7, and it's still sitting at $1.37. So whereas you've seen like, potential, like Eternity Chain it would take 1,000% to get back where it was at the all-time high. This is 700, so still good. Okay, not that far away. Maybe like 500% from $1.37. But long-term potential, this thing is still under 100 million. So I do consider that a microcap. But it is already in the top 300. It was in the top 100, but I think as long as they keep doing what they're doing, that it is really good potential. Anyways, moving on to number 4. Number 4, paid network. Okay, this one was a tough one, right? Because this was one that went from a either angel round or pre-sale round of 0.012, so just over a penny, and its all-time high was $6.04. Crazy if you got in on the pre-sale and sold it up around $6, even $5. So it opened at 5.5 cents. So people had the chance to get into it under 10 cents, and it went up in a month. It went to $6. Crazy. That's when everything was super hot. So you can see it's kind of leveled off. Selling looks done. Volume's dried up. It looks like a lot of these microcaps can turn around. Now, if it does, we're only at 40 cents, right? To $4 is 1,000%. So you're looking at back up to all-time high. You're looking at 1,500%. I know, sounds crazy, but this is crypto, and these are microcaps. $33 million market cap. The thing I really like about this, made some notes, made some scribble, is they're getting into parachains. They're going to be going after, I think, either Polkadot or Kusama parachains. And they have a Binance investment. Yeah, they have an investment from Binance. So one of the world's biggest cryptocurrency centralized exchanges is invested in them. So that's why I have them at number 4. They actually launched off of Polka Starter, and they have their own launch pad as well called Ignition. They have one upcoming, so not quite as many, but they're getting going. I've never heard of these other launches. Tribe 1, Too Crazy, EmiSwap, Ally, Decubate. I hope I'm saying that right. Sounds, I don't know about that name. Anyways, yeah. So paid network, I thought I had their homepage open, but just their Ignition page. So, okay. Anyways, moving on. I mentioned that we have another all-in-one exchange, and that is Finex Flow. They're at 39 cents. Their previous all-time high is $1.59. Never really got going. It launched a little late. So it launched in, I want to say it launched in April. Let's see. It launched in, February. So it had about a month or two. April's when we really started stalling out and pulling back, beginning of April. So it had about a month. And so it started to get going, started to get some hype behind it, but then Bitcoin crashed 54%, and this came down with it. So not as far down as others, 75%, where you're seeing those 80s and 90%. But that's what these are all about, getting in at the bottom, hopefully, and risking very little, but taking a very high risk. And I tried to pick the ones that have a lot going on, that are working on things, that are growing and fulfilling their roadmaps. So this one, another all-in-one exchange. I really like the idea of it. just going to one exchange, being able to trade wherever, whether it be Binance, whether it be Uniswap, just all-in-one exchanges. They sound really cool to me because I've been spread across like 20 of them. There's only a couple that I really use frequently. Uniswap on the Ethereum network. I'll use KuCoin. Don't really use Coinbase, and then I'll use like QuickSwap on the Polygon network, and I'll use PancakeSwap on the Binance Smart Chain network. Anyways, like that, I think it has a lot of potential. You get this going, and it gets some adoption. I think that, these exchange coins I really like because they're always going to be getting used as long as people are using the exchange. On to number 2, one that I didn't really like before, didn't really understand it, but now I think it's kind of cool. I looked a little bit more into it. I like the price action, how it's been holding up. Not the negative 88%, but recently, how it's been kind of holding up and coming off the bottom. You can see this. Not a great chart, but you could see resistance, trend line right there, broke through the trend line. Good sign. Now, what does Exceed Me do? It allows gamers to earn rewards in the form of Exceed Me tokens. So you earn by winning. Challenge friends or let matchmaking work, set the stakes, and fund them with liquid cryptos. Winner takes all. So it's almost like betting that you're going to win. You also earn just by playing. You're essentially, by playing and using Exceed Me, you're earning Exceed Me as a reward, and earn by progressing. You can stake XCD. Players unlock NFT rewards, which grow in exclusivity and rarity as they grow their ranking position. XCD is another one I actually am doing a little bit of farming on, just pairing it with BNB. I don't have my wallet. Good. I don't really care to show my wallet, but 213% in the form of cake tokens, and then you can either sell those and buy more XCD and BNB, or you can stake cake, which I do that as well until I get to a certain amount, and then I put it back into the XCD BNB. Anyways, I do like ones that you can stake. There's pros and cons to it. With the price action holding steady, I like it more. If it's not, you're betting that you earn more in rewards than what you lose in the price drop. So pretty good at 213%, I'd say. Anyways, and it's diluting cake, not diluting XCD or BNB, because you're earning cake. So you're essentially mining that. Anyways, number one, Umbrella Network. I had a real toss up between this and Exceed Me. This is my, I think, number 1 when it comes to the microcaps. Umbrella Network. What is Umbrella Network? It is an oracle. So essentially, it does the same thing as Chainlink, and they are active. They are setting things up. Again, one of those things that haven't really done anything yet, but they have plans to compete with the $1 billion market cap plus. And where are they at right now? 13 million. So again, if they fulfill and if they catch on, it could be very, very, very big. They also offer staking. So when you stake your Umbrella, you get RUMB1. I don't know what that stands for, RUMB, but you can sell it for half the price of Umbrella right now, or you can sell it when it matures in next February 2022 at the full price of Umbrella, which I can see as being potentially the end of the bull run if it lasts that long. And if that's the case, people are going to just be selling before you're able to redeem for full amounts, especially if it goes up 100 times, if that rare instance happens. So this is my number 1. Very, very close second with Exceed Me. Like I said, I didn't like Exceed Me to start with. I didn't really understand it. The gaming world is really big in crypto. It is really big in crypto, and this could be like Exceed Me can be the biggest in the crypto space. Super Farm, that could be another one. Probably be bigger than Exceed Me. But as far as like potential gains, I see Umbrella Network. I mean, think about it. Chainlink went from like 25 cents up to like $48 right? So it's possible in the world of crypto. High risk, high reward. Like I said, it's not something you want to throw your whole portfolio into, but if you have $10,000 in your portfolio, maybe throw a couple hundred in each of these, if you're willing to lose, if you're okay with just like forgetting about it, losing it. If you lose it, you lose it, blah, blah, blah. But like 5%, that's all I would do. Maybe 10% highest, depending on your risk tolerance. Everybody's got different risk tolerance and how much you want to press that. So, okay, that's my top 10. Special mention with Space Swap, SHAKE, Shake. Then you have Katana at number 10, Safe Swap at number 9, YFDI at number 8, Eternity Chain at number 7, Superfarm at number 6, Polkastarter at number 5, Paid Network at number 4, Phoenix Flow at number 3, Exceed Me at number 2, and Umbrella at number 1. Special mention, if you guys were involved in this, I got out okay. Minimal loss. Minimal loss. But Iron Titanium Token. This is one I just wanted to mention. I don't even know if you can buy it right now. I don't even know if you can buy it right now. But it seems as though you may not be able to. But I have some left over because I was selling as it was collapsing and trying to sell my liquidity and break up my liquidity and then sell it. And by the time it got down to under $10, you couldn't even do anything about it. So I still have some left. Pay attention to it because they got, I don't know if it was a scam or not, but they had this on their website. Iron Finance Protocol is currently inactive. We are working on the relaunch, right? So they're going to relaunch a version 2, which reminds me kind of Paid Network. Paid Network got hacked, right? And then they went from $6 down to 20 cents. And then they launched version 2, compensated people, and it was back up to $3. And the market, Bitcoin continued to crash a little bit. So it continued to go back down. Anyways, so I was reading through this, and it looks like, part of their tokenomics, we will use 29% of the total supply of Titan V2 to compensate users who lost their capital. These users included in compensation will cover Titan and Titan LP holders, Iron and Iron LP holders, and then those on the Binance Smart Chain. So they're making it right. It's going to take some time because they're going to be, people might get their compensation and sell it right away, which I fully expect. But one to watch out for in the future is, they had $2 billion locked into their liquidity, and then 3 million. So that was about the ultimate drop you can take. So, and I don't know how, but I'm going to experiment with it a little bit. I'm not necessarily going to buy any, but you look at this, it was over $60. It was over 64.19. And then all-time low, fractions of a penny. But it's also up from there. Look how it went up 119 times from there. So if people were able to buy it, they're up huge if they caught the bottom. I don't know how you'd catch a bottom on this. A lot of guessing. But anyways, one to watch for their version 2 to launch. Unless they're just going to scam. If it was a scam and it wasn't just a bank run like they called it, I'd be cautious, but one to look out for in the future. That's it. So that's my top 10. Again, all these are speculative, as crypto is speculative to begin with. So these are extra speculative. A lot of these guys have plans. I like the ones with teams. I like the ones that have been doing something, that are active, that are progressing with their roadmap. So I tried to keep it to those. I kept the long shots like Shake, Space Swap out of the top 10. But as far as potential returns, I thought it was important to mention. Hopefully we've seen a bottom in Bitcoin. I think there's probably, just based on the patterns that exist, that I notice, a little bit more probability to the downside. However, we've seen that incredibly strong support from 28,800 to the 30,000, 31,000 range. Incredibly strong support. So a lot of things that support that this is the bottom. a lot of things that support that we have a further move down. So it's kind of a toss up at this point, but these will definitely react depending on what Bitcoin and Ethereum really do. So hopefully y'all enjoyed that. Hopefully this was helpful, gave you some insight on these microcaps, and hopefully we can make some money on them. Again, I compare these to the penny stocks of the crypto world, although maybe not quite as bad, because usually all penny stocks are scams, only run, and price action only moves because of promotions, which these aren't all because of promotions, but promotions help. Sometimes they hurt it, but anyways, just can't reiterate that enough. But I definitely wanted to do a video on the my top 10 microcap altcoins. And there you have it. If you like this video, hit the like, hit the subscribe. I'm like 7 away from 200. I don't know how I can have 400 viewers, 400 people watch the how to get into pre-sales and not get to 200 subscribers. So please, doing me a huge favor. I would appreciate it greatly. Like the video, subscribe. Other than that, I'll see you next time. Goodbye.